Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm going to talk about what's going on in my classes, how I'm handling this whole thing, and my YouTube channel. You ready to hear about it? I hope so. Let's go.
Well, I look at it myself as the beginning, really, of an exploration. That's the reason we're exploring. You don't know what you'll run into on an exploration. What the sky looks like, what the stars look like. Do they still twinkle, or are they a steady light when you get outside the atmosphere?
Hey everyone. I've been asked what I've been up to, how I've been handling my classes during this time away from campus. I think the challenge for me is how do you translate a studio-based class into a distance learning situation? And I think for me it's been about identifying what components, what are the qualities of a studio class? What happens when we're all in a drawing class or a painting class? I know that having this discussion with some people, the way I describe trying to do a studio class through distance learning, it's a lot like trying to take somebody who's never played tennis, because I'm teaching intro classes, and most of the students I work with, they're not majors. They don't have any experience with this. So the analogy I used was you have someone who has never played tennis and you are trying to coach them. You're trying to give them lessons on how to play tennis, but you're doing it by yelling at them from across the street. So one of the challenges, and something that took quite a while, certainly at least a week, was to get students set up with a working environment at home. Basically having them set up a home studio and then to find objects and forms that they could use for our lessons, and then how do you set those up? How do you light them? So that took a large chunk of the transitional period. My approach to accommodate all of these students and to also accommodate what they were losing, to sort of give them an analogous experience as best I could, was to utilize 4 platforms. One, Moodle, of course. That is where I've been asking for their assignments, and that's where I've been putting the written assignments for each project, for each day's activity. 2, I've been using Zoom, just like most of us. And I've been doing that as a way for students who can come in live to have a Q&A, to have question and answer. More importantly, it's been a time to reintegrate a social component that exists in a studio situation that we don't have right now. So I spend a lot of time just going around with each of them asking, how's your situation? How are you doing? Do you have any questions? The third platform I'm using is Basecamp, and that was at the suggestion of Matt Noblet, who had used that in his previous career at corporate, and it's actually been perfect. It allows for us to have a portfolio where our students can put all of their work from the semester and we can see it all at once. It has a campfire, which is a discussion, sort of an open discussion area. And then the announcements, where I again post the activity, the assignment. So that's been really great. They can see each other's work, I can see their work, and they can give feedback to each other, which is super important in a studio class. It's a necessary component of what we do in a studio, is to encourage dialogue and discussion from a critical standpoint on what we're doing. And finally, there have been the YouTube videos. And basically I've been using YouTube as a way of presenting, and not just having the recording of the Zoom meeting, because that's a lot to get through. It's if you're a student coming back to that to check on something, you're sorting through it. And I wanted something that was more focused, more immediate, and also maybe captured a little bit of the flavor and energy of what we would be doing, what it would be like when I'm presenting this. And in fact, my color lecture is pretty much the color lecture I give in class, just with a little bells and whistles on the YouTube. But I wanted them to have the familiarity of seeing me and to have the energy, and I think that's hugely important, obviously, to have that energy, to get them excited, to get them motivated, because motivation is really hard even in the best of times. But in this situation, in this environment, it's even a bigger challenge. So I really thought it might be a way to get the kids excited, to get my students motivated, and to deliver that content in a way that is familiar both with when they're in the classroom, but also familiar with their own existence in the digital realm. Like, I'm taking some of the YouTube tropes, if you will, forms, the format of some of the YouTubers I watch even, and adapting those. So there's a familiarity there too. And hopefully, even though a few of them get a little longer, that there's enough there to keep them watching, and that's important. And something that's been kind of a nice side benefit is that I've been posting these on Facebook, and a lot of my former students have watched these and gotten back to me, and that was really nice too. So it's a way of connecting back. And who knows? I know that some people have shared these with people, and hopefully maybe these could work as a little bit like recruitment, that they go, hey, if I go to Drury, I can work with this crazy guy. Anyway, I hope that that helps, and I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm thinking of you. I miss you. And like I say, till next time, later.
Well, I look at it myself as the beginning, really, of an exploration. That's the reason we're exploring. You don't know what you'll run into on an exploration. What the sky looks like, what the stars look like. Do they still twinkle, or are they a steady light when you get outside the atmosphere?